disclaimer. Hello, my name's Peter Kibble. My student ID is AIPC 026710. This is my friend Charlie, who's agreed to play the role of Michelle in this role play. Charlie, could you just consent to the camera?
Yes, I consent to do this role play with Peter Kibble, my friend. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlie. Let's get started. So if you want to just get a step outside, just close the door behind you so the dogs don't come in. Thanks, mate. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
Welcome. It's great to see you again.
Thank
Come
you
on
very
in.
much. Good to see you too.
Have a seat. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been okay. However, a little bit stressful.
Okay.
Stressful with the kids and
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some parts of my day's been a little bit overwhelming, you know, because
Okay.
work's taken a bit of time, consuming a bit of my day, and
Okay.
yeah, but I'm getting through, you know. Although I am managing to get 2 to 3 hours of sleep, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah. So during the last session, you came to a decision that you were going to continue with your CPA. You thought that finishing your studies was really important, given how close you are to the end. So you've put some action in around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, life being a mother, you know, with 2 kids,
Yeah.
you know, work
Yeah.
and trying to juggle things
Yeah.
is a little bit being taken its
Okay.
toll, you know.
Okay. So what would you like to discuss today?
I would like to discuss with you, Pete, how I can better self-care, treat
Yeah.
myself a bit more compassion,
Yeah.
you know, and giving myself the me time.
Sure.
Out.
And maybe manage your time a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm struggling around that.
Yeah. Okay.
I really am.
So in the last session, you did identify as your goals that you wanted to work on your time management in order to reduce stress a little bit. So perhaps we could discuss that today. We could chat a little bit about what your time management's been like in the past,
Yes.
and we could sort of unpack that a little bit. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, it does. I want to make that my priority one. However,
Alright.
I'm not knowing how to get there. That's why
Yeah.
I need your help, Peter, today
Sure.
in
Alright.
this session.
Sure. I'm happy to help.
Thank
So would you like to just tell me a little bit about when you have studied before with all your home commitments and the study and the work, what that's been like for you?
It's been gradual at some point, and then however I feel like I decline physically and emotionally because you know, juggling house chores, juggling the kids, picking up the kids from school, and that routine, that mother routine is you know it is what it is, but I need your help to really help me implement that balance, and to actually see it and physically implement that in my daily routine.
And you mentioned earlier 3 hours a night sleep as well when you're studying. What's happening there?
Just the anxiety, you know, just overthinking and really procrastinating around my study and juggling how, you know, what they're going to eat, kids, and, you know, really taking me off self, you know, these things when I'm thinking about.
So you have sort of competing priorities at home with the food cooking for the kids.
That's an appropriate way to put it. Yeah, you can say that. But I really need your help here.
Okay, I'm happy to help, Michelle. I appreciate you coming in. With the sort of it sounds like only getting 3 hours night, 3 hours of sleep a night, plus all the tasks that are going on at home. That sounds like it could be quite overwhelming and quite stressful for you. Would that be a fair summation?
You're quite right there.
Okay. And sort of what are your thoughts and feelings on sort of how do you feel about yourself during those periods?
I feel very very ashamed of myself that I can't keep up with my, school life, my
Yeah.
education to where I want to head to, and
Yeah.
trying to juggle. I feel like a clown trying to balance
Yeah.
juggling these balls, and
Yeah.
and I'm worried that I'm gonna drop one or drop the whole lot,
Yeah.
and it's just a mental and emotional stress,
Okay.
and I can't continue like this.
Okay. Sure.
I don't think it's going to be sustainable, for the
Yeah.
long term.
Yeah. It doesn't sound ideal. Do you sort of allocate time for your studies of an evening, or do you have a set time that you plan to study?
Yes, I do have a set time. However, I don't get congruent with it.
Yeah.
It's like if something might come up, then I'll
Okay.
veer right off.
All right.
Yeah, if you can help me
Okay.
maybe
So,
put a
so
structure.
something like the kids' homework or a
Yeah.
household domestic
Exactly.
responsibility.
Exactly.
All right. And do you think that perhaps that you're putting the study off, that it's something that is sort of, it can just be put to the side and something that I'll just get to later? Is there
That's
something?
the issue.
Okay.
That's the real issue. Exactly what you said, Pete.
Yeah.
Is when I'm putting it off. I'll
Okay.
do it later. Procrastinating. I'll do it later.
Okay.
I'll do it later.
Sure.
Never come around to it.
Yeah. And is there any particular reason why you do that? Or is there some sort of feeling about
Yes.
just studying or being a student that you do put it off?
Yes, I feel overwhelmed where my body and just comes to a point where I just like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about yourself as a student and what you're doing with your CPA?
Oh look, I feel proud. I feel
Yeah.
proud that I'm taking this avenue.
Yeah.
Taking this direction in my in this point in my life.
Yeah.
Although being a mother of 2 kids, it's a good thing. I'm
Sure.
proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself where I stand. However, I really have an issue where it's starting. My life is starting to, come out in. It's. I just feel overwhelmed. I
Okay.
really do.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. That's what I'm trying to come to that point.
Okay.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm failing as a mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
feel confused. I really
Sure.
don't know. Because there's a structure, there's a plan, but I'm not sticking to that
Mm.
plan.
Okay.
That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
I'm not sticking to that plan.
Yeah. It sounds to me like that you're really prioritising your children's needs, and that it's really important to you that you are there for your children. I can see that you're feeling. How are you feeling at the moment? You appear to be a little bit tense or anxious.
I am tense. I am anxious. I'm ashamed of myself where I am today, Pete, because I'm neglecting me.
Yeah.
It's simple conclusion today. I feel that I'm just neglecting myself,
Yeah.
and I really want to help. I really need your help to help me
Sure.
focus on how I can better my
Yeah.
self-care and
Yeah.
put mum first.
Yeah.
Because the kids are my everything. Yes, don't get me wrong here,
Yeah.
but I need to put
Yeah.
what's in my best interest first.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
the whole lot will fail.
Yeah.
The whole house will crumble, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I've
So,
seen this happen before, and I've seen friends go down that avenue and neglect themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want it to get to that point.
yeah, okay. All right, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for hearing me, Pete.
You're most welcome. You mentioned earlier that you feel like you're a failure as a mother. Do you feel that way about as a student as well? Do you feel like?
Yeah, because I'm not really putting in the mentally 100% in. I'm always
Okay.
worrying and ruminating about the kids. When I'm going to get the washing done, and
Yeah.
I didn't do this, and
So
You
you
know.
think you might be you're not a very good student? Is that how you feel about yourself?
yeah. I'm about 50-50.
Yeah. But you've also mentioned that I think last session you mentioned that you've been receiving excellent grades in your course, in your CPA.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that to me would indicate that you're actually a very good student. That
Oh, thank you.
that's okay. That regardless of the time management and the stress and the anxiety that and what you're thinking and feeling about yourself, the actual results on paper are very good. So I think what we can do is sort of focus on working on that time management and perhaps that balance that you spoke about, and finding some sort of balance between these sort of competing needs that you have in your life. I think that you should be able to get through this final period of your studies without the same sort of anxiety and stress that you have had in the past. And like I was saying before about your children, I think it's admirable that you're devoting so much time and attention to them. And it shows me that being a good mother is really important to you, and I think that's really commendable as well. So,
Thank you.
So what we want to basically do is sort of, I guess, unpack and look at what perhaps you mentioned the word procrastination before. Perhaps you're of an evening when you're studying, you're putting the study off and you're doing other things that perhaps maybe your husband could help with, or maybe even one of the children, as they're 17 and 15, or perhaps you could prioritise the study a little bit more, and like you said, put your own needs first, and finishing this CPA first, and communicating with your family around your needs around that, and then I think maybe just trying to stick to it and see how it goes.
Yeah, you've made me feel positive and a sense of relief. Exactly what you said, Pete. To take a few steps back, and to, because I feel that I can't move forward if I don't. I feel that I'm failing if I don't take care of my husband and two boys, a 15, 17-year-old. God bless them, However, what you said to me just then, it's starting to make a little bit of sense. It's like, hey, hang on, I can't carry the whole world on my shoulders. I've got a husband, I've got two young men, to be, so they can do some chores. So I'm willing to actually start trying to give them, a chore each. Maybe my husband can cook for them 3 days a week, which I really feel a little bit lighter. What you're telling me. Thank you.
I'm really glad.
I feel a bit more relief.
Sure.
Because I'm actually taking your perspective now. Really. Because you're looking at how I can improve. Thank you.
Sure. You're most welcome, and I think it just comes down to that time that you structure into your day, that you allocate for the study. That's not sort of 4 till 6 a.m. that you stick to that, and that you prioritise that, and the domestic duties that you seem to put in front of that. You just have a boundary there, and you just stick to the plan, and focus on just taking care of those little things, like getting enough sleep, getting a little bit of exercise, taking care of yourself, eating well, and then the big stuff should take care of itself. And
fall into place here.
So
it sounds achievable.
I think it's definitely achievable, and I'm happy to walk alongside you and work with you while you work through this. And
thank you.
We are coming to an end now, so basically what we've discussed here today is that you're struggling with your time management, and you've struggled in the past, and that's causing you quite a lot of anxiety and to feel overwhelmed, and you appeared a little bit anxious during this session. And so we've unpacked that and talked through that. And does that sound like a fair summary?
Yes.
Okay.
like what you pointed out.
Alright.
Yeah, I feel a little bit more relieved. I'm just delighted today's session
Okay.
after what you've walked me through and how you can assist me moving forward, Pete.
That's really good.
Yeah, I commend you for your time, your love and care.
That's no problem at all.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. I'll look forward to seeing you next week, Michelle.
Extremely supportive.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much for
Pete.
coming in.
Keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
You too, Michelle.